Singer Cassie levels shocking accusations against music mogul Diddy. But do they reveal an egregious pattern of abuse or a cynical shakedown? Her graphic $30 million lawsuit alleges over a decade of coercion, control, and violence. Now she's finally speaking out on behalf of myself and other women, but Diddy's team calls it fiction. A failed extortion attempt after Cassie demanded 8 figures for her silence. As their legal war kicks off, one question looms. Is this a watershed #Me Too moment for the music industry, or a callous ploy to exploit it? This case has sparked heated debate around consent, power dynamics, and gender-based exploitation in entertainment. Cassie paints herself as a victim who stayed silent too long. Diddy stands defiant against what he calls outrageous lies, likely the opening salvo in a no-holds-barred legal battle royale. Let's unpack the lawsuit's lurid details and the murky motives behind it. Singer and actress Cassie, known for her hit Me and Amp You, has filed an explosive $30 million lawsuit against her ex-boyfriend, music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. In the lawsuit filed in a Manhattan federal court, Cassie lays out shocking allegations of abuse, coercion, and manipulation she endured during their 13-year relationship, which began when she was just 19 years old. The lawsuit alleges Combs inflicted emotional, physical, and sexual abuse on Cassie over the course of their relationship. It states shortly after meeting Combs in the mid-2000s, he initiated a pattern of coercive control over the young singer that included plying her with alcohol and drugs, isolating her from friends and family, and arranging for her to have sex with other people against her wishes. Some of the most disturbing allegations involve Combs becoming violently jealous over Cassie's friendships and work relationships with other men in the entertainment industry. This reportedly included Combs threatening to blow up the car of rapper Kid Cudi in 2012 after he briefly dated Cassie. Cudi has reportedly confirmed through a publicist that this incident did indeed occur. The lawsuit also graphically details an alleged 2018 incident in which Combs forced his way into Cassie's home and physically assaulted her. Cassie says this attack was sparked by Combs' rage over her pursuing an acting role he did not approve of. In the years since their split, Cassie has started a family with husband Alex Fine, but in her lawsuit, she says she is only now ready to publicly reveal the abuse she endured with Combs after years of silence and darkness. Cassie's attorney states she initially threatened to write a damaging book about the relationship unless Combs paid her $30 million. But after he refused, she decided to pursue legal action instead, on behalf of myself and for the benefit of other women who face violence and abuse in their relationships. In response, Combs categorically denies Cassie's claims of abuse. His attorney calls them offensive, outrageous, and baseless lies, aiming to tarnish his reputation and seeking a payday. Combs' legal team notes that for months prior to filing the lawsuit, Cassie allegedly demanded either $30 million or she would go public about the relationship. Combs apparently rejected her monetary demands, yet she decided to speak out anyway. Cassie's attorney confirms Combs offered her 8 figures at one point to stay silent, but she turned it down. Her lawyer states, no amount of money will stop her from speaking the truth. The shocking allegations have sparked intense public interest, coming amidst the Me Too movement spotlighting abuse against women in entertainment and other industries. Many fans note that victims of domestic violence often don't report abuse for years due to psychological factors. On social media, some defend Cassie by asking why she would fabricate such graphic stories if they weren't true. Others counter that the lurid details read like a shakedown intended to extort Combs for money, rather than a good faith attempt to seek justice. Combs' legal team is clearly positioning their defense around portraying the lawsuit as a cynical cash grab. Combs has restricted comments on his Instagram page, signaling he has no intention of publicly addressing the matter there. But as one of the most famous music moguls of the last 30 years, he will likely have to make some kind of statement to the press eventually. Industry insiders note that rumors of abusive and controlling behavior have swirled around Combs for years. Though never proven, stories abound of him mistreating romantic partners, artists signed to his bad boy record label, and employees at his companies. For example, Singer Aubrey O'Day recently claimed Combs offered to return her music rights only if she signed an NDA barring her from ever criticizing him publicly. The new accusations from Cassie seem poised to amplify scrutiny around the music impresario's business practices and treatment of women. Beyond the headline-grabbing aspects, Cassie's lawsuit also highlights deeper issues around consent, manipulative behavior, and gender-based exploitation in the music industry. A glaring power imbalance existed between an untested 19-year-old singer and a wealthy music titan like Combs. Cassie's young age and relative lack of experience left her vulnerable to mistreatment by her famous and imposing mentor partner. Many note that the wide age gap between Combs and Cassie mirrors other instances of famous male music executives dating much younger female artists. These relationships confer outsized influence upon the men to shape young careers and potentially take advantage of that control. For over 2 decades, Combs occupied a lofty perch atop hip-hop and R&B. Artists like Cassie relied on staying in his good graces in order to advance their own careers. This dependency could compel them to accept poor treatment or daunting demands. Though Combs paints himself as an advocate for women in music, Cassie's lawsuit alleges a darker side beneath the public persona. Her lawyer says Cassie aims to speak for other young artists who face violence and abuse in their relationships. For Cassie personally, many believe coming forward offers a chance to regain autonomy and self-confidence eroded by years under Combs' psychological dominance. Next phase involves Cassie offering evidence to support her allegations. Combs has the resources for a ferocious legal defense. He previously avoided major criminal charges over his alleged involvement in assaults, bribery scandals, and other violent incidents. Nonetheless, many feel we have entered a new era of accountability for previously untouchable music figures around abuse accusations. Recent scandals have felled major artists and executives like R. Kelly, Russell Simmons, and Charlie Walk. Cassie's graphic charges will doubtless inspire more industry victims to go public. It also cautions aging male bosses against cavalierly abusing struggling young talents desperate for their big break. For Sean "Diddy" Combs, dismissing Cassie's legal volley as a mere money grab would be an unwise move. In fact, it may spur more former associates with grudges into joining her risky public crusade.